FM. You're listening to the real Reminisce. On Reminisce FM. You're listening to the real Reminisce.
I reminisce for us. I reminisce for us. I reminisce for us. Yeah. Ready, ready, we're ready, we're ready, yeah, we're ready, 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 ready.
Bing bang bong bang bong, 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 bong bong. Soca till I die. Somebody say soca, give me life. Somebody say soca, keep it playing so loud. We ain't even know about anything but soca, soca.
Come out to play mass, how we afraid powder. Say we come out to play mass, how we afraid powder. Tell them that we come out to play mass, how we afraid powder. Tell them that we come out to play mass, how we afraid. On the road, hands in the air, people everywhere, love and unity is there. It's that time of year where we don't care. It don't matter where you're from, put your flag in the air. Represent, represent. Just one love, just one love, just one love, just one love. Represent, represent. Just one love, just one love, just one love, just one love.
Jerusalem, ikayalami, ilondoloze, uhambe nami, tungangishilana.
Father, I ask you, Father, I ask you. 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 Yeah. Please help we please. Father, I ask you. Try stop we culture in 2020. They take carnival away. No, they cannot stop we. We still jamming to we soca. Can't stop we culture. Spirit still happy. Please bring it back again. No, they cannot stop we. Still jamming to we soca. Soca. No carnival, 2021. All you don't worry, pray to the Father, and He will bring it again. No, they cannot stop we. No virtually. No, I don't like that. I just want to see all of me partners want to take a drink in the Caribbean. So let we rebuke all them bad energy. God, please bring it back away. Please, we really need it. Yeah. Please bring it back away. Back away. Back away. Yeah. Back away. Back away. Back away. Father, please bring it back away.
Jerusalem, this is my way. I know just now. Try to save me. Don't Jerusalem, this is my way. I know just now. Try to save me. Don't leave me alone. With that on my ear, with that king on ear, I have nothing else. Having my world there. I know just now. Try to save me. With that on my ear, with that king on ear, I have nothing else.
So we do it.
Having my world there. I know just now. Don't leave me alone. I know just now.
Give me a little welcome.
I know just now. I know just now.
How we doing?
You see me. I know just now.
Starters, we mean to continue giving it a welcome as me, the mighty MP, the real Reminisce. Oh yeah, mixing and blending. I like the way they come into the show and they say, yeah, I was first, yeah, I was second, I was third. I don't mind where you are in the runnings for getting on the first on the show, as long as you're here, yeah. As long as you're here.
I know just now.
Good evening and welcome. The real Reminisce. It's a Monday evening. Loving the vibe, yeah. Had to start with this one. Jerusalem. Thought I'd play the English version because a lot of you hear the other version, the alternative, the African mix. And a lot of you are saying, I don't know what they're saying, yeah.
Jerusalem,
so listen.
This is my way.
Listen.
I know just now.
Listen.
Try to save me.
Figured we'd get out to Sammy, to Jenny Lyons, to Mr. McCullough. How you doing?
Jerusalem.
Jerusalem.
This is my way.
This is my way.
I know just now. Try to save me. Don't leave me alone. With that on my ear, with that king on ear, I have nothing else. Having my one there. I know just now.
Broadcasting on www.tropicalfm.com/Studio One.
With that king on ear, I have nothing else. Having my one there.
We're also out there on twitch.tv/Real Reminisce. And also on Twitter at Real Reminisce. Check it out on Periscope, yeah. All the Twitter fans, if you've got a Twitter account, get yourselves on Twitter. We're there as well. Jam-packed show this evening. So much music to play. And a live interview around about 9 o'clock.
I know just now. I know just now. I know just now. You will save me. I know just now. I know just now. I know just now. You will save me.
Jerusalem, English anecdotal version, yeah. In translation for you, and God knows only who, yeah. Good evening and welcome. It's me, the mighty MP. We're doing it like this, yeah. Real independent soul music at its very best right here. The R&B, independent underground. Some of the tracks you've never heard before in your lifetime this evening is no different, yeah. A mix and blend of something old, something new. Nothing borrowed, yeah.
Baby, you're my life. You're my love. Every time I hear your voice, I fall deeper in love. I'm a fool for you. I cannot hide it. You make me break out the rules. Break out the rules.
Listen now, listen.
Love the way you love me all the time.
Recognize.
Love the way you make me feel so fine.
Come on now.
Feel so good when you touch me, I wanna cry. Now I know that there's no.
Pull up, my selector.
Real music for real people. Come on now. Oh, yeah. Big shout out to those of you that are logged into twitch.tv/Reminisce. Tropical FM crew.
Baby, you're my life. You're my love. Every time I hear your voice, I fall deeper in love. I'm a fool for you. I cannot hide it. You make me break out the rules. Break out the rules. Love the way you love me all the time. Love the way you make me feel so fine. Feel so good when you touch me, I wanna cry. Now I know that there's no love. There's no love, there's no love. There's no love, there's no love. Like your love, your love, your love. There's no love, there's no love. There's no love, there's no love. Like your love.
Come on.
Love,
Hey.
love.
Baby, you make me shine. Like the rays of God. Every time I see your face, I'm so thankful. You're mine, all mine. I'm a fool for you. Our love will always endure. Whenever I'm insecure. When I'm insecure. Love the way you love me all the time. Love the way you make me feel so fly. Feel so good when you touch me, I wanna cry. Now I know that there's no love. There's no love, there's no love. There's no love, there's no love. Like your love, your love, your love. There's no love, there's no love. There's no love, there's no love. Like your love, your love, your love. I've been waiting, daydreaming about you. I can't wait to lay these hands upon you. There's no place I'd rather be than here with you. You in my arms, my love so true. There's no love, baby, baby. There's no love like your love, baby. There's no love, never will be. It's unconceivable.
What a weekend it's been. What a weekend.
There's no love, there's no love. There's no love, there's no love.
From that young man,
Like yours,
35 years of age,
there's no love.
who's won himself his seventh accolade at the Grand Prix, the Formula One,
Like yours,
over there in Spain on the wet here. The man of the moment, the man of the year, in a year of COVID, in the year of a pandemic, this man surpasses every obstacle, even his teammates. And yes, we know there are some people that are putting out on Facebook, they're saying, what a fantastic accolade, what a great achievement. And then some people are coming back and go, well, he's driving a fast car. And, you know, and you've got to be careful. You've got to be very careful. It's a little bit of a warning, right? Be very, very careful when you're on Facebook. A comment went out on Facebook from somebody that I know. And unfortunately, there was a tirade of responses straight afterwards because it was felt that this person's comments were kind of on the verge of, I don't want to use the word because I don't agree, but I totally understand that sometimes on Facebook, if you post something out there, remember it's textualized, it's interpreted, and sometimes it is misinterpreted. And when it is misinterpreted, there is nothing that you can do about it. If it's misinterpreted, then the comments will fly and they will keep going and it's a domino effect. And sometimes you may have to just retract or just leave it alone. Don't get upset about it. If you think that it is misinterpreted very badly, then you need to come back and respond and say something that will make the interpretation a little bit easier and a little bit better. But remember, when you put something on Facebook, sometimes you can't retract. Sometimes it's too late. It goes out there so fast. Lewis Hamilton, 7 times. Equalized Schumacher's world record 7 times. Wow. 92 wins. My gosh. What an accolade. If he doesn't win Sports Personality of the Year this year, well, something is definitely wrong. But we don't care because we know what it means to us. We know what it means to us as a culture. We know what it means from a mentoring perspective for those youngsters looking at something that they can aspire to in the midst of a massive pandemic, in the midst of things that go so wrong. Here is a man who stands tall and stands strong. Once again, the utmost respect for the most popular person around in sport. He's put Grand Prix on the map for men, women, children, animals. Everybody's watching Grand Prix because of this man. So that is how you know that his destiny has surpassed him. Enough respects for an all-time incredible champion, Mr. Lewis Hamilton.
I'm here for you. I'm here for you. You know I'm here for you. You. Here for you.
Pull up the tune! Pull up the tune! Pull up the tune!
Did you get the note I left today?
Listen.
Finding you're beautiful in every way.
We got East Africa in the house. Kenya's in the house, yeah.
Come from work tonight. I'll be here to set your mood right.
Kenya's in the house on the Twitter, yeah. Thank you very much indeed.
Been moving moody lately.
Let us know your name, Mr. JKM 2008.
Gotta take your stress out.
Tony Randino's in as well. Rob Wright, how you doing, sir?
Future is not guaranteed.
We're gonna fly today. We're gonna fly. Ibe, my gosh.
Waiting for you patiently.
The giant killer's in the house.
Lately you've been driving me up the wall. I'm on the edge. I'm about to fall into the deep end. Can't swim at all.
Listen to this voice, yeah. Listen.
Round in circles. Here we go.
I'm gonna pull it up again. Yeah, I am. Listen to this voice out of the UK. Yeah, listen to him. Here it is.
Tell me what's the problem, baby? You know there's been no communication lately. You know I'm here for you. I'm here for you. You know I'm here for you. You. Here for you.
You know I appreciate all the little things you do and what you say. But maybe I just need some space to approach you in the right way.
Come on now.
But I feel like you were smothering me, and I just need to take some time for me, baby. You say our future is not clear to see, and I don't want you to wait up for me.
Pull up the tune! Pull up the tune! Pull up the tune!
Did you get the note I left today?
East Africa in the house.
Finding you're beautiful in every way.
John Wawasi, how you doing, sir? Good evening.
When you get home from work tonight,
Please do share with all your friends. Let them know, yeah.
I'll be here to set your mood right.
I want to see East Africa coming up all on the screen, yeah. All of you.
You've been moving moody lately,
Come on now.
and why you always gotta take your stress out on me?
Listen this voice, man.
Our future is not guaranteed,
Come on, come on.
but still I've been here waiting for you patiently. Because lately you've been driving me up the wall. I'm on the edge. I'm about to fall into the deep end. Can't swim at all. Round in circles. Here we go.
Yeah.
Can you say goodbye? But then tell
Come
your
on.
friends and you and I have come to an end. So tell me what's the problem, baby? You know there's been no communication lately. You know I'm here for you. I'm here for you. You know I'm here for you. You.
Are you ready now?
Here for you.
It's a combination, yeah. It's a duet. Out of the UK, yeah. Listen.
You know I appreciate
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
all the little things you do and what you say. But maybe I just need some space.
That's right.
To approach you in the right way. But I feel like you were smothering me, and I just need to take some time for me, baby. You say our future is not clear to see, and I don't want you to wait up for me. Because lately you've been driving me up the wall. I'm on the edge, I'm about to fall into the deep end. I'm spinning round in circles, here we go again. You say if I up and tell your friends that you and I have come to an end. So tell me what's the problem, baby? Cause you know there's been no communication lately. You know I'm here for you, I'm here for you. You know I'm here for you.
Out of the UK, goes by the name of Kadeem Terrell, alongside a young lady, Ruby Francis. What's the problem, yeah? What's the problem? Real music, real people, real listeners from the UK right over to East Africa, yeah? Loving the voice. Out of the UK, got to get hold of this guy because he's going to do some serious damage. Damage on the eyes for the ladies. I didn't put a picture of him up there, but ladies, you go and do what you have to do. Kadeem Terrell, go check him out, yeah? But man can sing. So versatile. If it's nice, you got to play him twice. The Real Reminisce with me, the Mighty MP. It's a Monday evening. Yeah, jam-packed show this evening. So much music to play. Top of the hour, don't miss the superb interview live. A young lady, superb vocalist. She going go far, yeah? Check it out.
Another year has gone by, and I don't feel like I used to.
Listen.
Just want someone here by my side, waiting for hours to collide. It's for the universe to decide. Let's find a way to communicate.
Communicate, yeah.
Each other from all this way.
Yeah.
It's difficult for me to say that you're not mine to claim. Ready to give the whole world to you. Something your current boy won't do. That make me this easy for you. There's one thing left to do. Baby, come talk to me.
Could you possibly rewind and come again?
Here's a sound that you got to get used to, yeah. Here's a voice you got to get used to. Log it, yeah. Kadeem Terrell, yeah. Kadeem Terrell. What a voice.
Another year has gone by, and I don't feel like I used to. Just want someone here by my side, waiting for hours to collide. It's for the universe to decide. Let's find a way to communicate.
That's right.
With each other from all this way.
That's right.
It's difficult for me to say.
Come again now.
That you're not mine to claim. Bring the whole world to you. Something your current boy won't do. That make me this easy for you. There's one thing left to do. Baby, come talk to me. Baby, come talk to me. Take these thoughts on my mind. Baby, come talk to me. Baby, come talk to me. Come be part of my life. There's a part.
Could you possibly rewind and come again?
Sorry, had to do it. Had to do it. When it's nice, you play it twice. When it's real nice, you play it 3, 4, and 5 times till you can't get it out of your head, yeah. Baby, come talk to me. Baby, come talk to me. Here it is.
Another year has gone by, and I don't feel like I used to.
Ooh.
Just want someone here by my side, waiting for hours to collide. It's for the universe to decide. Let's find a way to communicate with each other from all this way.
Come on now.
It's difficult for me to say that you're not mine to claim. Ready to give the whole world to you. Something your current boy won't do.
Say it again.
Nothing made this easy for you. There's one thing left to do. Baby, come talk to me. Baby, come talk to me. Take these thoughts on my mind.
Wow.
Baby, come talk to me. Baby, come talk to me. Come be part of my life. There's a party starting tonight.
Yeah.
Big thumping, bodies jumping. It's the perfect place for us to start something. Yeah. I just wanna kick it with you. You got us something that will make me feel nice. Just bring your body, it will be alright. So let's just communicate and get rid of all this space. It shouldn't be hard for me to say. You've been on my mind all day.
What a tune.
Give the whole world to you.
Big shout out to Diane and Trevor.
Your current boy won't do.
My gosh.
Let me make this easy for you.
Sing it now.
There's one thing left to do. Baby, come talk to me. Baby, come talk to me. Take these thoughts on my.
I'm so tempted to pull it up again, believe me.
Baby, come talk to me. Baby, come talk to me. Come be part of my life. I've been wondering where you've been waiting for this night to end.
Wow.
I ain't gonna lie.
Auntie G, you missed it. Or were you there anyway? Maybe you were there already, I don't know.
Looking at you the whole night
Money.
through. The boy you came with, he ain't for you.
Kadeem Terrell, if I had a voice like that, what?
Make your mind. I've been wondering where you've been.
I'd certainly be the voice of radio, yeah. The voice of radio, Kadeem Terrell. Remember the name. Remember you heard it here with me, the Mighty MP, the real Reminisce. Good evening and welcome. Big shout out to Mr. Salubrious himself. How you doing, sir? Keeping yourself safe, yeah? We're still on lockdown. Still on lockdown.
Tell me what I gotta do, baby, to get you over tonight, girl. Yeah. I've been patiently waiting on you, girl. Yeah. I'm working up an appetite for your loving, baby. I like the sexy way you walk. I like the sexy way you talk. So hot, girl, stop messing around, baby. You know I really like your style, so fly. I love your pretty smile, outstanding, girl. You knock me out, knocking me out, baby. I said, hey, sexy girl, you gotta put me on. Hey, sexy love, said you gotta put me on. I just want a piece of your love. Hey, sexy love, you gotta put me on. Hey, sexy love, said you gotta put me on, girl. I just want a piece of your love. Tell me, girl, What you drinking tonight? Rocket and cranberry. Hennessy while we listen to some Marvin Gaye. Let's get it on. No more distant loving, baby. Come get to this love tonight, 'cause I know you sure love to ball. I like the sexy way you walk. I like the sexy way you talk. So hot, girl, stop messing around.
Are you ready now? You ready?
You know I really like your style.
Are you ready?
So fly, I love your pretty smile. Your love's such a natural high.
Come on.
Hey, sexy girl, you gotta put me on. Hey, sexy love said you gotta put me on. I just want a piece of your love. Hey, sexy love, you gotta put me on. Hey, sexy love said you gotta put me on, girl. I just want a piece of your love. Let me break it down, break it down. I just want a piece of your love tonight, girl. Let me lay your body down, girl. You see, I ain't too proud to beg for your love, girl. Baby, please put me on. I said, hey, sexy girl, you gotta put me on. Hey, sexy love said you gotta put me on. I just want a piece of your love. I just want a piece of your love. Hey, sexy girl, you gotta put me on. Hey, sexy love said you gotta put me on, girl. I just want a piece of your love.
Yeah, it's the Bad Boy Indie Soul, baby. Put me on remix. Woo. We partying on this one, baby. UK, DMV, NYC, worldwide, baby.
Put me on, put me on, put me on, put me on, baby.
I hope you're ready now. I hope you're ready now.
How can I love somebody else if I can't love myself enough to know when it's time to let go? Say, I really want to be happy.
Is that right? Is that right?
I wanna be happy. I ask for a sign from a sweet Lord above. I know the answer is in front of me, but when you think you're enough, you only see what you want to see, and all I see is me for you and you for me. Oh, until I have the way I feel now, I don't know why. I don't know why, but every day I wanna cry. If I give you one more try to these moves, then you will find. And if I mean anything to you, would it make everything alright? To be happy, my love is mine. It would be so sweet. I said I wanna be happy. Yeah. To be happy. Oh, I wanna be happy. It would be so sweet. Find the love that's mine. Oh, it would be so fine. Wanna be happy. Yeah. It would be so sweet. It would be so sweet. Oh, Miss Baby. We can be happy. I wanna be happy. I just wanna be so happy. But the answer lies in me. I do believe that we can be happy. I said I wanna be happy. Yeah. Now let it breathe. Life is too sure the beach trying to play some games. But take some time and think about if it's really worth losing me. Why must it be this way? Why do you have to play with my mind all the time? Help me sing it. All I really want is for me to be happy. Oh, just help me sing it. All I really want is for me to be happy. All I really want is for me to be happy.
Just love the way that they would say, sing it, Mary, sing it, sing it. 3 back to back. Wow. The Real Reminisce. Real music for real people, for real listeners. Just share, spread the word, yeah. We got it going on this evening, yeah. Woo.
Embracing me this way.
Yeah, listen.
Kiss my lips for taste.
Kiss my lips for taste. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Oh, sweet ecstasy.
You hear them lyrics?
Give it all up to me. Give it all up. Give it all up. I carry on all day this way. You're so good to me. Don't try to understand. Too much after this.
Pull up, my selector. Da, 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 da.
How many of you saw the race at the weekend? Yeah. Did you see the race at the weekend? Wait, look, you can watch it now. Look. You can watch it right now. There it is.
Embracing me this way. Kiss my lips for taste. Oh, sweet ecstasy. Give it all up to me. Give it all up. Give it all up. I carry on all day this way. You're so good to me. Don't try to understand. Too much after this. I wanna be the man. I know there is some risk. Oh, suck it to me. Ooh, you're so good to me. Don't wanna see selfishly us broken hearted. Should always be you for me and me for you. We two loving through. Hey baby, sexy dancing ladies, sexy dancing ladies, sexy dancing ladies. You got just what it takes. And I hope it's not too late. Want you tenderly. You're so good to me. So glad I'm around. Friends, what are we for? The way we have our fun, but we want to enjoy. Love me now. You're so good to me. I could never
get over you. I can never. No matter how I try. Hung up on your love is true. Hung up on your love. Baby, that's no lie. Hung up on your love. No one could satisfy. You're so good to me. I'm at a crazy pace. Get over you. Wanting you this way. Get over you. Blood begin to race. Whatever come what may. Love me tenderly. You're so good to me.
So much great music out there. Taking it back in time. The original. You're so good to me. The sample taken and utilized in so many different ways. Mr. Curtis Mayfield. Out of the impressions from back in the day. If you got this on vinyl, it could be worth a lot of money now, yeah. You'll be celebrating a birthday this week. Let us know, yeah.
You're so good to me.
Big, massive birthday shout going out to the young man by the name of Dre. How you doing, Dre? Happy birthday and celebrations for you. Big respects to you and big respects. And out to the man that's been overseeing this growth spurt, yeah. The man has been overseeing what you've been doing and making sure you're going in the right direction. Big shout out to Mr. Howard McCullough. But happy birthday. Going out to Dre. Big man time, big man responsibilities. Great to see the young doing so well.
Oh, you're sweet as to see. Give it all up to me.
A little bit more than 15 minutes to go before we get to the live interview. We're going to go somewhere, yeah? You never know where we're going to go.
So good to me.
For the young lady that we missed out on last week because of some disastrous things, yeah. Disaster struck last week. Couldn't get to the studio. But we're here today.
No matter how I try.
In celebration of the weekend's championship, Mr. Lewis Hamilton, the F1 champion, 7-time winner, equalizing Schumacher. Wow.
No one could satisfy.
You're so good to me. You're so good to me.
You see, I could lay over you.
Listen.
Oh
gosh.
You.
Wow.
Because you're so good to me.
I have the honor of being introduced to the voice of this man, not him personally, but the voice of this man by my father. Thank you very much indeed. I thank you. From Curtis Mayfield to the independent underground sounds. Something you may not have heard before in your lifetime, but you're hearing it for the first time right here with me, the Mighty MP. That's how we do it, 8:43, yeah. www.tropicalfm.com/studio1. Twitch.tv/Real Reminisce. Real Reminisce. And it goes a little something like this.
Got choices and I got options. I like them both.
Listen now.
See, one is good for me, the other wrong for me, but I can't say no. Now one tells me that he loves me, the other one knows I like it nasty. So what am I supposed to do, and which one do I choose? Now the first one, he's a nice guy, good man with the heart of gold. But I like the other one, he gets my body, he makes it nasty, then we on the floor, get you go. But then he gotta go. So I don't know. Tell me, choice A, choice B. Do I wanna be in love, or do I wanna be your friend? Choice 1, choice 2. Do I want him, or do I wanna freak with you? I think I want you both. You take no chances, don't want no problems, I must confess. And not to mention, don't want no issues from reckless sex. See, I know that I know better, but the bad guy makes me wetter. So what am I supposed to do? And why must I choose? Yeah. 'Cause that first one, he's a nice guy, good man with a heart of gold. But I like the other one. He gets my body. He makes it nasty. Then be on the floor. Oh, oh. But then he gotta go. So I don't know. Don't know. Can somebody tell me? Choice A, choice B. Do I wanna be in love? Or do I wanna be your friend? Choice one, choice two. Do I want him? Or do I wanna freak with you? I think I want you both. I think I want you both. That's right, y'all. We just do this shit. I think I want you.
Hold on, man, hold on. Hold on. Come again. Hold on, man, hold on. Come again.
Good evening and welcome again out to Mr. Alex King. How you doing, sir? Hi. Don't forget, press the share button, spread the word, do all the right things, send a text message, whatever you got to do. Get the people online now, yeah. Get them on now before 9 o'clock, yeah. Get them on.
I got choices and I got options. I like them both.
You got choices, you got options, yeah.
See, one is good for me, the other wrong for me, but I can't say no.
Listen now.
Now one tells me that he loves me. The other one knows I like it nasty. So what am I supposed to do? And which one do I choose? Now the first one, he's a nice guy, good man with a heart of gold. But I like the other one, he gets my body, he makes it nasty, then be on the floor, get you go. But then he gotta go. So I don't know. Tell me, choice A, choice B. Do I wanna be in love, or do I wanna be your friend? Choice one, choice two. Do I want him, or do I wanna freak with you? I think I want you both. You take no chances, don't want no problems, I must confess. And not to mention, don't want no issues from reckless sex. See, I know that I know better, but the bad guy makes me wetter. So what am I supposed to do? And why must I choose? Yeah. 'Cause that first one, he's a nice guy, good man with a heart of gold. But I like the other one, he gets my body, he makes it nasty, then be on the floor, get you go. But then he gotta go. So I don't know. Can somebody tell me? Choice A, choice B. Do I wanna be in love, or do I wanna be your friend? Choice one, choice two. Do I want him, or do I wanna freak with you? I think I want you both. I think I want you both. That's right, y'all. We just do this shit. I think I want you both. That's right, y'all. We just do this shit. I think I want you both. That's right, y'all. We just do this shit. I think I want you both. That's choice is, do I wanna be in love, or do I wanna be your friend? Choice one, choice two.
Beautiful, yeah. Independent underground music at its very best. With me, the mighty MP, Veronica Reminisce. Track entitled Choices, yeah. Well, you got choices. It's entirely up to you what you do, yeah. No one can force you to do it. It's up to you. Don't blame anybody else for the decisions that you've made in life, no matter where you are. You got choices, yeah. You have choices. If you want to listen to me, the mighty MP, each and every Monday, it's your choice where you listen, yeah. Whether it's Facebook Live, whether it's twitch.tv/Reminisce, whether it's tropicalfm.com/Studio One, or whether or not it's on Twitter, as they do. Yeah. Top of the hour. We've got a fantastic interview, a young lady who's going to blow you away with the music that she does. We know that we're in a time when it is on lockdown and we can't go out to the venues where they have live concerts, but they're streaming live. Just the same way that we're streaming live into your houses, your living room, your bedroom, your kitchen. Marnie, Auntie G, I'm not sure what room you're in, but she does her tidying up and her cleaning and everything while she listens to the Real Reminisce on a Monday evening. Every week she wants the energy, the energizing, up, down, doesn't matter, as long as the music is playing. But we're going to take you back a little way because the program, the show, is called The Real Reminisce. We reminisce on times gone by, and those times could be only seconds ago. She's in the kitchen, by the way. Cook some food now. I see some people are cooking fried dumplings and making maple syrup. I'm not really sure about that one, but anyway. We're going to take you back in time so we can reminisce on some of those days gone by and some of the artists that you know and love, like this one. Taking you back to the days of the basement, yeah. Underground. Loving the vibes on this one, the beautiful sounds of Mr. Brian McKnight. Check it out now.
I can hear her heartbeat from 1,000 miles. Hear the heavens open every time she smiles. When I come to her, that's where I belong. Yet I run into her like a river strong. She give me love, crazy love.
Is it controversial? Auntie G, is it controversial?
She got a fine sense of humor when I'm feeling low down. And when I come home to her, when the sun goes down, take my troubles away, take away my grief, take away my heartache, in the night like a thief.
Sing it now.
She give me love, 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 crazy love.
Alex, I can hear you.
Give me love, love, crazy love.
Hey, I'm a DJ, pull that up again, pull it.
How you mean?
Hey, I'm a DJ, pull that up again, pull it, pull it.
Big in the morning, going there to those of you locked on in sunny Sydney. Yeah, it's sunny in Sydney. It's a morning time in Sydney, Australia. Yeah, that's how we're doing.
I can hear her heartbeat
Ooh,
from 1,000 miles.
I hope that's tasty.
Hear the heavens open
That looks nice and warm, that does.
every time she smiles.
Where's my cup of tea, ain't it? Where's mine?
When I come to her, that's where I belong. Yet I run into her like a river strong. She give me love, 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 crazy love. She give me love, 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 crazy love. She got a fine sense of humor when I'm feeling low down. When I come home to her, when the sun goes down, take my troubles away, take away my grief, act like a thief. She give me love, 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 crazy love. She give me love, 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 crazy love. Yes, I need her in the daytime. I need her, and oh, I need her in the night. I want to throw my arms all around her. I need her kissing her and kissing her good time. And and when I'm returning from so far away, she give me sweet, sweet loving, brighten up my day. It makes me righteous, and it makes me whole. Makes me mad, down into my soul. She gives me love, 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 crazy love. She give me love, 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 crazy love. One more time, she give me love, 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 love. When I wake up in the morning, she gives me love, crazy.
Unmistakable voice of Mr. Brian McKnight. Wow. And his version, his rendition, Crazy Love. Beautiful. Good morning, Australia. How you doing? It's me, the mighty MP, the real Reminisce. That's how we do on a Monday. Taking you back, reminiscing on times gone by. Well, we're coming to about that time. We've got about 3 minutes left to go. So I'm going to kind of introduce our next guest with a track that hopefully will be reminiscent for her. A young lady hailing out of New Orleans, yeah. Hailing out of New Orleans, growing up in the rich landscape of New Orleans. Anyone been to New Orleans? I've never been. I don't know what it looks like. I've heard so much about it, a city of music. Yeah, relocated to New York City. And we know that she had the opportunity to play and to perform. We know that her writing has actually superseded her, and her singing and her writing together has put her in a place now where the musical industry can't but look away. They can't look away from this lady. So we're going to introduce her to you with a track that I hope is going to be reminiscent for her, a point in her life where she may have just kind of started to get things on the road. A young lady who you can now see on your screen. We say, hi, how you doing? We're not going to tell anybody who it is yet, because those of you that follow me on Facebook and on Twitter and all those other sites, you should know exactly who this young lady is, but music will tell the story. It's me, the mighty MP, live and direct, tropicalfm.com/Studio One. Listen.
Wake up in the morning, you'll see yourself the same. Ain't got no motivation to get you out of your bed, and your eyes are dried out from crying all night.
Listen.
'Cause he left you there and didn't think twice. You looking in the mirror, you don't like what you see. Got so much frustration and barely no self-esteem. Sometimes you wish you weren't even here, 'cause you never felt good enough, and you blame yourself when the world feels like you ain't got no best friend, and you feel like you can't, ooh, you can't never win. You don't know who to turn to, you don't know where to go. There's one thing I know,
oh, yeah. Sing it, sing it. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright.
I think somebody's reminiscing over there, yeah. Someone's reminiscing. Someone got taken back to a time, yeah. It's gonna be alright. Yeah, it's gonna be alright.
You're walking through a life now. Don't see the world the same. Ain't got no direction. Nothing means anything to you. And your heart is heavy. And you don't see no way out. Times are gonna change. Ooh, have no doubt, yeah. When the world seems like you ain't got no best friend, and you feel like you can't. Ooh, you can never win. You don't know who to turn to. Oh, you don't know where to go. That's one thing I know is true. Yeah, yeah. It's gonna be alright. 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 It's gonna be alright.
That's what she says. Yeah, that's what she says. She says it's going to be all right. Good evening and welcome right here with me, the mighty MP, the real Reminisce. Out of New Orleans, out of New York City. But at the moment, she's in a funny kind of climate place now. It's a funny place where she is now. The weather ain't so great where she is right about now. We say good evening and welcome to a young lady that goes by the name of Acantha Lang. Good evening, Acantha. How you doing?
What's up, Mighty?
Oh, we got you nice and loud and clear. That's what I like. Sometimes with the gremlins get in there and the mic doesn't work and the video doesn't work. And
we don't like that.
No, it just really spoils everything. But look at that, straight in on the dime. It's absolutely brilliant to have you here. I have to apologize for last week. You know, came out to my car, battery flat, pouring down with rain in London, southeast, you know, no way of getting myself home, and then having to beg, steal and borrow to try to get my car started again. It was absolutely awful. And the weather was not right for it. But, you know,
well, you're here. That's right. You're here.
Thank you very much for joining us. How did you like that introduction? You like that?
Thank you for having me. Yes, I was surprised. I didn't know what song you were going to play, but that's a good one. Yeah, I like that song.
I like it because it's nice and uplifting, and you know, it kind of gets you in the mood for the kind of work that you do, the kind of sessions that you play and perform. And it's nice and uplifting for the listeners who have never heard you before. Possibly some people will have followed you. Some people might know your stuff, might know your thing, but at least now. And we've got Australia in the house. We have East Africa in the house as well. I'm sure that we've got, you know, the United States are in the house as well. All of us over here in sunny England, as it were. Yeah, right. Although the sun did shine today, it wasn't bad, but it's been raining. It's horrible weather. I mean, how are you dealing with it over here in London? Because you don't live here now anymore, or do you?
I live here.
You're living here? Okay.
Yeah, I live here full time. I just got
Mm.
my permanent resident card, so I'll be
Oh.
here.
So what you mean is you're legally living here?
Well, yeah, I've always been legal. I don't want to mess up with the immigration, but you know, I don't have to renew my visa every year. So
Yeah.
now, you know, it's like indefinite. They call it
Yeah.
indefinite leave to remain.
Ooh.
Uh-huh. It's like
I
fancy
like that.
words, like they can't kick me out.
Why would they want to do that anyway when they have such a fantastic vocalist here in the UK representing the UK? We wouldn't want to kick anyone out that represents the UK when they can sing like you can sing.
Oh, thank you.
So where did it all begin? Where did we go? How far back do we go? Because I have to say, I mean, I interview artists and I look at them on the screen and I think, okay, so she looks 12. You know, how long has she been in the industry? You know, it can't be very long because she's just come out of school. But you look extremely young, I have to say. And I'm not, looking for. You just look so young. I mean, you've not been you can't have been in the industry that long, really.
Well, long enough to cut my teeth, so to speak.
Good. And did New Orleans help you to do that?
You know, it's interesting. I didn't get my musical career started until I moved out of New Orleans.
Wow.
Now that's interesting, right? Isn't it? Because New Orleans is like the home of blues and jazz.
Absolutely.
But music is in our heritage and our culture. And I grew up around, these massive marching bands in the street. And it was always music, coming out of the clubs. And you hear the stories about Louis Armstrong running around Storyville and Bourbon Street, so music is part of the fabric of our city and it's in my bones. Right.
Yep.
But I didn't understand my voice. I didn't know that I wanted to be a singer until I moved out of New Orleans and I went to New York City. And it actually all started when I got this blues night running in Harlem, New York. So that's where it all started. I'll start there because there's journeys and chapters and all kinds of things. But Harlem is where it started.
But you got a blues night running. I mean, were you performing on that blues night? I mean, it sounds like you might have been the promoter and you were getting people in and you wanted to get numbers through the door, as us promoters in this country always want to get numbers through the door. But were you actually part of the band that was there performing?
So it was actually at the time, my ex-boyfriend had a restaurant. He opened up this supper club in Harlem and it had a stage and it was actually in a space where it used to be a legendary Black-owned restaurant in Harlem back in the 60s and 70s, maybe even before that, when the Black performers in Harlem would go to the Cotton Club and they were able to perform, but they couldn't eat there. Right. So after hours, after the club, all the Black musicians be like, let's just go over here, get some chicken and waffles. And that's one of the places where I don't know if you ever heard of chicken and waffles.
Oh, yes.
So that's where
never had it, but yes, I've heard of it. There's always a reference made to it from that part of the world, but I've never had it before because I've never been there. Not well traveled.
You gotta go.
I gotta go, but gotta find the money to get out.
I know. And now with all this, anyway, we digress.
Yeah.
So so my ex-boyfriend took over this space and he created this supper club. And every Monday night, every week there was a couple of live music nights. And so I took over Monday nights, put a band together, and we just did this like raw traditional blues night called Monday Night Blues with a Catherine Lang. And it just that's where it all began for me, singing the blues in Harlem.
And who is the band?
So the band he knew a lot of people in New York and a lot of the great session players. So my first band was people that had played with like Prince and Roy Ayers and, like Shaka Khan. My keyboard player actually co-wrote the song Somebody Else's Guy. Fred McFarlane, Fred Cash, so these players were pretty spectacular. And so it really made me have to kind of rise to the occasion. Otherwise I would have gotten run over on stage.
So you really had to step up your game because these people are coming from the kind of deep echelons of soul and blues and jazz, and they know their thing. So you really had to rise to the occasion. And as is kind of customary when I ask for an interview, I always ask, the artist to send me a couple of tracks that you think that you like, that are inspiration to you. And I notice, that one of the inspirations for you, and it's funny because I posted something out just yesterday on Facebook. I just happened to be browsing, and it always seems to bounce back when you're browsing things and you go back in time. And one of your favorite artists is the Queen of Soul, and unfortunately passed away now. But the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin. Now, what is it that Aretha does for an artist like you?
Oh, I mean, she is the backbone. She's the foundation. She is the queen. If you're going to sing soul music, you go to the top, and you look upon royalty and greatness, and you try to understand, how what is it like, what is it about her that gives us goosebumps? For me, I don't know, everyone has their own taste, but for me, it was just, she opens her mouth and it's just like oozes, soul. And so, I used to early on in my career, I used to try to tackle Aretha songs, I used to shred my vocal cords. It was just, it was tough. It was tough to say the least. But there are a couple of songs that I revisit now, and I look back and I found my voice in her versions of her songs.
Yeah.
And it's I owe a lot of my the way I sing to, of course, Aretha Franklin. Definitely one of my biggest inspirations for sure.
When does it become dangerous, do you think, for an artist to sing somebody else's song? I always ask, do people cover songs? But it's funny because I've never really asked it that way around. When do you think it's dangerous to do that? I think inspiration, you have to be, it's all kind of been done before, right? So I think you can be inspired by something and go through artists, like maybe even mimic them, at the beginning, like to try to find, just find something. You might even take a little nugget away, but the important part is to always aim to find your voice and what you can do, and how to express yourself through the inspiration, and not try to be a carbon copy, because there's already Aretha, there's already a Beyonce, that's right,
there's already all these people. And the reason why they're, they stand out is because they did, you hear their voice and you're like, that's Beyonce, that's, Gladys Knight, and that's Prince. And so I think it was really important for me to kind of make sure that people didn't say, oh, she sounds just like, I want people to say that's a Cantha, so it takes time, though. It takes time, brother. It takes time.
It does. And it's nice to know that, you are expressing that the need to do covers, is not about trying to sound like the artist. I mean, sometimes I hear artists do cover versions and it's almost a wanton to want to sound like the original, which is not really what you should be doing. And more recently, I'm hearing more and more people do cover versions, and they're actually, either just putting themselves into it and it's their voice and you just take them for what they are. Yes, they're singing somebody else's song, we know, but that's the way that music just continues to proliferate. And I know that Aretha is obviously, she was the queen and still is, in my eyes, still the queen. But there are so many other queens out there, and one of which you did this to.
Oh. Oh yeah.
Push my vocals up in the mic, please. They say everything can be replaced. They say every distance is not near. Oh, I remember everything.
You go ahead and sing if you want to. Go ahead and sing.
Of every man who put me in. Oh, I see my light come shining from the way to these any day now, any day now, I shall be relieved. They say every man needs protection. They say every man should fall. Well, so I swear I see my reflection somewhere inside of these walls. I see my light come shining from the west down to the east. Any day now, any day now, I shall be relieved. I'm in by my suitcase, trying to find a warm place to spend the night.
If you just joined us, she goes by the name of Acantha Lang.
Heavy rains falling. Seems I hear your voice calling, baby, it's alright. Yeah. Baby, it's alright. A rainy night in Georgia. A rainy night in Georgia. I believe it's raining all over the world. Yeah. It's raining all over the world. Neon signs are flashing. Taxi cabs and buses passing on through the night. A distant moaning of a train seems to play a sad refrain all through the night. All through the night. A rainy night in Georgia. Ooh, a rainy night in Georgia. I believe it's raining all over the world. It's raining all over the world. How many times have I wondered? It still comes out the same. No matter how you look at it or think about it, you just gotta do. You gotta do your own thing, yeah. Oh.
Trina in Australia says soul personified. Absolutely brilliant.
So I take out my guitar just to pass.
From Nina Simone to Ray Charles to Aretha Franklin and beyond. The young lady live and direct with me, the Mighty MP, live interview. She's over here in the UK. She'd be legal in the UK as well. She goes by the name of Acantha Lang.
Rainy night in Georgia. I believe it's raining all over the world, yeah. Ooh, baby, it's raining all over the world. No, the stars are light, oh yeah. It's raining all over the world.
And it's quite clear that as much as you're doing cover versions, as you indicated before, you put yourself into both of these tracks. The Nina Simone, you put yourself, the Acantha stamp definitely was engraved in there. And A Rainy Night in Georgia, bluesy, jazzy. You know, you took the tempo up a little bit. You didn't make it go down tempo as everybody normally does. Keep it all mellow.
Mm-hmm.
You've kind of put a little bit of, it's almost funky in a way, the way you pick up the vibe partway through and lead us to the end. Yeah, Radio Night in Georgia, Acantha Lang. Wow, loving that, loving it.
Thank you.
You quite clearly love the entertainment aspect of this. I mean, working with, these are all live renditions. You're working with a live band. I mean, do you prefer the live as opposed to the studio? It might be a silly question, but some people are just studio artists. Do you think that the band is where you're at?
Yeah, absolutely. I love the studio. Don't get me wrong, but my entire career, which is why we'll get to it, but I just released my first single 2.5 weeks ago as an artist. And because my entire career has been on stage, you know, I've been developing myself, playing with bands and just on stage. So I'm you know, a lot of artists are the opposite. You know, they have music, they've been in the studio, they've been writing, but you get them on stage, they can't perform a show, they can't perform the music. You know, so you know, I'm mine is unique and unusual, I think, but I like my journey. You know, I love how it's all come together.
And you seem to be the kind of artist as well. I mean, you mentioned that, you know, the club that you were running in New York as well. You know, from a promotional side, although you were part of the band and the live entertainment, it's almost like being the person in the crowd who says, "Yeah, I want to get up and do this," because the crowd always know what they want. I mean, it's a bit like a presenter or as a DJ in a nightclub. You know, DJs are 10 to the dozen. We know that. And we know that sometimes you can get a DJ who's got loads and loads of music. They just don't really know how to put it together. And yet you get somebody who may be from the crowd who then comes up and says, yeah, why don't you play this? And why don't you play this next? And because the punter knows what they want to feel and how to express it, because they're the ones who are the recipient of the music that you're trying to portray. So they are usually the best person. And you seem to have made that transition from kind of like, you know, the punter perspective up onto the stage into the promotion. And then you are up on stage thinking, I know what the punter was because I was there at one time as well. And so entertainment is quite clearly in your blood. You go on to, you know, we're talking about the music now. You've moved and transitioned into the studio. My first question for you is you know, you've sent me your tracks, and there's one of them called Lois Lang. You know, and instantly people are going to think, oh, Superman. Where does this track come from? Why Lois Lang?
So Lois Lang, my name's Acantha Lang. So Lois Lang is my mom's name. It's my mom. And I grew up, you know, she was actually a secretary in an office. So, you know, I grew up her telling stories of people coming up to her desk and making Superman jokes because, you know, there she is, an administrative assistant with Lois Lang. It's with a G, not an E, but still, it's, you know, it sounds like the character in the Superman film. And, you know, my mother is, you know, she was a single parent, raised 4 kids down in New Orleans. You know, she's a church-going lady, you know, very sweet. And, you know, got divorced from my father when I was 11, you know. So, you know, her story is, you know, interesting. And when I was thinking about a song, I heard someone write a song about their own mother, and I go, wow, okay, I want to write one for my mom, you know. And I was like, and I thought her name was always cool, Lois Lang. So I just kind of took that concept and just tried to paint a picture in a song of all the chapters of her life and pay tribute to her. So that's how Lois Lang came together. And yeah, and it's a lot of it is, you know, I wanted to, if you hadn't been, if you've never been to New Orleans, I wanted you to kind of feel like you were there and that you could get the vibe of the city. There's some words and names that if you're not from there, if you've never been, you wouldn't understand, but you can still understand and get the sentiment behind the lyrics. So.
Lois Lang. She be a super mum too, yeah, super mum.
That's right.
Louis Lang, Acantha Lang sings it and sings it so great. It's me, the Mighty MP, the Real Reminisce on a Monday evening. Acantha Lang live. Louis Lang.
Lois Lane. She had no Superman. She's a Creole queen, born down in New Orleans. Her name is Lois Lane, sweet like sugar cane. She's a Creole queen, born down in New Orleans. Louisiana child, born in the South. 1943, so imagine what you've seen. Mr. Crow was in the air, magnolias in her hair. Holly Grove girl, with tight press and curve. Sitting on the porch, waiting for the sun to shine. Dinah's on the radio, she's got tears in her eyes. You can feel the heat coming off Blue Edge Street. 20 nights on the fire, Lord have mercy.
What's on new music?
That's how we do it on the Real Reminisce. If it's nice, we play it twice. If it's real nice, ooh, we could be playing it all night long. The beautiful voice of Acantha Lang, live interview with me, the Mighty MP, on the Real Reminisce. Track and title, Lois Lang. Yeah.
Her name is Lois Lane. She had no Superman. She's a Creole queen, born down in New Orleans. Her name is Lois Lane, sweet like sugar cane. She's a Creole queen, born down in New Orleans. Louisiana child, born in the South. 1943, so imagine what you've seen. Mr. Crow was in the air, magnolias in her hair. Holly Grove girl, with tight press and curve. Sitting on the porch, waiting for the sun to shine. Dinah's on the radio, she's got tears in her eyes. You can feel the heat coming off Blue Edge Street. 20 nights on the fire, Lord have mercy on me. Her name is Lois Lane, but she had no Superman, no Superman. She's a Creole queen, born down in New Orleans. Her name is Lois Lane, sweet like sugar cane. She's a Creole queen, born down in New Orleans. Fell deep in love, walking in the night walk. 17 years, oh, she tried to persevere. She loved my daddy, ooh, until things fell apart. She's an old school girl who lived with a heart. 4 babies on her lips, she let her backbone slip. She's strong like them hurricanes, you can't forget their names. Oh, Betsy and Katrina, You can hear them screaming loud. Now tell Mississippi, keep me running. Her name is Lois Lane, but she has no Superman, no Superman. 'Cause she's a Creole queen, born down in New Orleans. Her name is Lois Lane, sweet like sugar cane, like sugar cane. She's a Creole queen, born down in New Orleans. Sweet, sweet, like sugar cane, like sugar cane.
Wow. Wow.
Sweet.
Starters, we mean to continue with me, the mighty MP, the real Reminisce.
Like sugar cane.
Track entitled Lois Lang, the mother of this beautiful voice. Hey. Acantha Lang, live and direct with me, the mighty MP. If you never heard of her before, you're hearing it for the first time on the real Reminisce. Independent underground music at its very, very best. Wow. Oh my word. Oh my word. Incredible track. That is absolutely beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
It is an incredible track. And again, it's one of those climbers. You put layer upon layer, and then all of a sudden we hear you hit a peak of your voice that we may not have been expecting to happen, but there it is right up there, and you just hit that voice at the top, and all of a sudden you're getting people coming in, sing it, woman. Yeah, the song is catchy, generous voice, beautiful. Oh my! Please visit Sydney, Miss Lang. They want you in Australia now.
I would love. I spent 7 weeks in Perth, but I've never been to Sydney. But I would love to go back. Absolutely.
There you, Trina. You know it can happen again. Maybe not in 2020, but 2021.
Yeah.
You know,
2021. I'm coming, Trina.
But you know, I mean, the COVID has kind of locked down everything. And as a live performer, live entertainer, this must be a real detriment to the industry, you know, for you, your band, you know, and we know it's for all musicians as well. But those of you that are great performers who can stand on a stage and hold your own, you know, it must be a massive knockback, especially knowing that your single, you know, is released and you've got more to give and you want to show people and showcase. How has it impacted, you know, especially now that we're in another lockdown?
Oh God.
Yeah.
It has completely wiped out live music. So you know, that's frustrating. You know, that's sad. That's you know, that was kind of like predominantly my bread and butter.
Yep.
And also, you know, that's my purpose, you know, is singing for people, like actual people. So I've had to shift my thinking and recalibrate, like I think everyone else has you know, had to do during this COVID thing. And so I've used the time to just kind of like catch up on things that I've always wanted to do as far as like my music career, like get my mailing list in order, get my website together, those kind of things, and really focus on the business side of the career since you know, the live aspect has been stopped, right? So some good stuff has happened. You know, it's made me it's given me the gift of time to really put a lot of effort in the release. You know, my single release 2.5 weeks. It's a lot of work doing this stuff independently. So it's given me time, in which I'm grateful for. And also, you know, I've done these every Monday night. I've created this series paying tribute to soul legends. You played a couple of clips from that. So that's given me some purpose, and also helped me reach out to a bigger audience, you know, and expose my music and my singing to people that never heard of me. So it's, you know, that's how I've kind of adapted to this change.
And I suppose it's giving people the opportunities, you say, to sit back and think and contemplate. You know, just because venues have closed down, we have to rethink and kind of recoup and become more imaginative about what we can do with regards to entertainment, especially with the technology that's out there. I mean, I don't go to the main studio. I'm in a completely different place because of social distancing and the traveling. You can only go places if it's essential. For me, this is essential. Music is essential, especially streaming online, because there are lots of people that are on lockdown. They haven't been out. They don't see anybody. They don't have the level of communication. They're not in a bubble. And the only interaction that they have is, with somebody who streams or the radio, and they hear someone and they can talk and they can get into a chat room. And to have a stream like we have now, where, I can see you and they can see us and we can talk and I can play your music, it's another way of branching it out. But I do notice that a lot of artists now are actually doing performances and streaming, doing what they would regard as a stage performance, but streaming it live, over the internet. I mean, is that something that you're contemplating doing, especially as we don't know when we're going to come out of this lockdown?
Yeah. I did a couple of streams from my living room, with just, because it was like the restrictions. So
Yeah.
luckily enough, I live with my guitarist, so we were able to kind of create music during lockdown, just duo stuff. And then, we invite my keyboard player over, and we do. But I haven't done the full band live streaming thing just yet, just because I'm working on this release, and it's just I haven't really looked into it. I'm interested in it, but I don't know. I would have to get a venue and
Yeah. I mean, Sam is on there. She's saying that there's loads of artists singing now live on TikTok, and they get paid to do it.
Oh, Sammy, I'm gonna have to look into that.
Yeah, I don't know anything about TikTok. I see it all the time. I don't really see it all the time. I see it and I push it to one side because there's some things on there I don't want to watch. But I mean, if there are platforms out there that are allowing you to get paid, I mean, I know some of the artists that are streaming, they sell tickets for the live stream, and some of the tickets, £10, £15, £20. It just depends on the showcase that is being promoted. So there are other avenues and other alternatives. But I always ask the people that I know who watch these live streams, what do you think about it? Is it the same? Do you get the feeling, the essence of the crowd? How do you do that? And I know it's not quite the same feeling, really,
Not quite.
Are we going to get back to it? I don't know. But anyway, Akantha Lang is still here doing her music, doing her thing. Akantha, you mentioned your single that is due to come out, or is out already, but we're not going to go to that yet. I want to go to, something a little bit sweeter about the woman, because there's something sweet about the woman, isn't there? Because I call her the sweet woman, but you call her something else. And I think you call her the sugar woman.
Oh, yeah.
And why do you call her the sugar woman?
Oh, the sugar woman. So Sugar Woman is actually, have you ever heard of the documentary called Searching for the Sugar Man?
No.
So Searching for the Sugar Man was an Oscar, I think it won an Oscar. And basically it was about this this American artist who was kind of like famous around the time, was it Bob Dylan? I forgot the artist. Anyway, so he did some albums, and he had this underground following, but he just kind of disappeared. Like, he never really popped off. He had a couple of record deals, but he never really got to like top level.
Yeah.
And he just disappeared, and nobody knew what happened to him. But there was this underground kind of cult following. Like, what happened to Rodriguez was his name.
Yeah.
And so these two guys who were obsessed with finding out what happened to Rodriguez, and there were all of these myths about him killing himself on stage, and like all of these urban myths about what happened to him. Did he die? Where is he? And they did this documentary searching for the Sugar Man. He had a song called Sugar Man.
Yeah.
And they found him. And they told him, when they started digging and looking for him, they discovered that he was a massive superstar in South Africa, like massive. And he had this following in South Africa, and they flew him over, and he filled a stadium of all of his old fans. Wow. So he went from like, being, having an underground following to disappearing to like overnight finding out he's a superstar in South Africa. So I was watching this documentary. It was so inspiring. And this guy was a very gifted songwriter and lyricist. And I thought, well, what's a sugar man? That's interesting. Let me write a song called Sugar Woman. And basically, Sugar Woman is actually about a streetwalker, a prostitute.
Oh.
And it's kind of like a bittersweet story about, a woman of the night, and just kind of like a positive spin on it, like, girl, don't you want to come in from the cold? Don't you want someone real to hold? You're so sweet, sugar woman, kind of thing.
Wow. You've been told, yeah. Listen to the lyrics, yeah. Listen carefully.
Sugar woman has lost her sweetness, spoiled by those who picked her. Climate is no good for her season, yeah. Some say she's rotten to the core. With every season she's making money, but there seems to be no change. Bittersweet they want and they think it's all the same. Girl, don't you wanna come in from the cold? Girl, don't you want someone real to hold? There's a place where you can bask in the sun. Ooh yeah, sweet woman, sweet sugar woman. Sugar woman looks for love on the corners that know her name. Ooh, she's flashing like a red light, no vacancy. Some say she's to blame, with strange shadows in the moonlight. Oh, she seems to disappear. They pay cheap and want all her honey, and they think it's all the same. Girl, don't you wanna come in from the cold? Girl, don't you want someone real to hold? There's a place where you can bask in the sun. Sweet, ooh, my sweet sugar woman. Don't keep running. Don't keep running. You can find it, love. Don't keep running. You can find it. You can find it. Oh, love. Yeah, don't you wanna come back from the cold, yeah? Girl, don't you want someone real to hold? There's a place where you can bask in the sun. Sweet, ooh, my sweet girl. Don't you wanna come in from the cold, yeah? Girl, don't you want someone real to hold? There's a place where you can bask in the sun. Sweet
Wow.
sugar woman.
Sugar woman. Acantha Lang. Francois says, beautiful. Love the lyrics. Taking a twist off of a man by the name of Jesus Sixto Rodriguez and a track entitled Sugar Man. This is where it came from, really.
Sugar man,
that's right.
Won't you hurry? 'Cause I'm tired of these scenes. For a blue coin, won't you bring back all those colors to my dreams? Silver magic ships you carry, jumpers, coke, sweet Mary Jane.
From the documentary that Acantha Lang was talking about.
Met a false friend on a lonely, dusty road. Lost my heart When I found it, it had turned to dead black coal.
Two of his fans went in search of this man to find out whether or not his rumored death was true and whether or not his music was still around, because none of his music actually became famous. None of it went to chart success, but they thought that he was great and his music needs to be searched. And this is one of the tracks, Sugar Man, which inspired Acantha Lang to produce her song about a woman of the night. And if you listen to the lyrics, there's plenty of you on sending your messages. Lots of you listen to the lyrics quite clearly. May all the sugar women out there find that place in the sun. Francoise, lovely sentiment for the sugar woman. Their lives are not easy. You see, there's a lot of sentiment out there. We know that there are those women of the night, but there's a reason why they're out there. And quite clearly, Acantha, you have inspired our listeners to listen to the lyrics and to understand the reason why. You have definitely presented us with a track that talks about women of the night, but for a completely different reason and a different perspective. Absolutely inspiring. And that's how music should be. It should be inspiring. It should be thought-provoking. It should make us think to ourselves, you know, about things that we would not normally, you know, have thought about. And that is exactly what that track has done. So I applaud you for pulling out a track that is, you know, is inspired from a documentary, from a man's perspective and from a different angle. And then you took a spin on it. You flipped it and then decided to take it to a different direction. I mean, how easy is it for you to write? Because quite clearly you do write, and your writing, you know, is something that has been, you know, seen and heard by other artists who want to take your music, you know, and you know, allow them to play your music for them with their bands. I mean, there's particular bands that have said, can we take some of your music because we kind of like your style and we like what you're doing? And is it easy writing? How straightforward is it? Is it a natural? Are you a natural writer?
Well, I think it's definitely a skill you have to sharpen. I look back at some of my old notebooks and listen to some of my old demos, and I'm like, oh God. I'm like, oh, okay. I won't let anybody hit it. Like, bing, ding, bing, ding, bing, you know.
Yeah. What was I thinking? What was I drinking?
You know, but I you know, I've always inspired to say something in the song and kind of dig deep. And I wanted to be, I really want to be a great songwriter and lyricist, and be able to tell stories like the people that I admire. You know, when you break down a song and you can go beyond the obvious, you know, and tell it, you know, because everything's been written about. So it's like, how do you find a perspective on it that hasn't been, you know, done yet? And how do you, you know, find your spin on it? And so it's taken some time, you know, but I've been patient with myself. You know, sometimes songs come right away, like Sugar Woman, sorry, came directly after I watched the film. I literally was on the couch and I was like, Sugar Woman. And I thought about the concept. It hit me. And literally I had to run into the bedroom, get a pad and paper and write all the lyrics down. Yeah. So sometimes it's easy and it comes out like from somewhere. And sometimes, you know, I have a voice memo. I'll come up with a melody. I'll put it in my phone, or I'll write down something, a conversation I'll have with a friend. And I'll say a one line. I'm like, oh, that's a good song. The first track that you played, Gonna Be All Right, I believe, was inspired by my sister, her struggles with depression and, you know, mental instability. So that was my song to her. It's gonna be all right. You know, so, you know, I'm inspired by everything. You know, I try to remain open and also to the current times, and you know, which is what my first single is about. You know, the current situation with misinformation. But we'll talk about that, right?
yeah, we're certainly going to talk about it. Where do you think was the strangest place that you've been where you found inspiration?
The shower.
Anyway, let's move on to the next question.
Okay.
The shower. Is that the strangest place?
No, that was kind of like the first thing that popped into my head.
You clearly have a song that was inspired from the shower.
Well, little melody clips and stuff, and like I sing, singing in the shower, and then I go, "Ooh, that's a good melody."
But what
Believe
about
it.
words? I mean, obviously words, they come into your head. Is there a place that you found that this is a really strange place, and all of a sudden, bam, something came into you? What's the strangest place that you were in?
Strangest place.
Where you thought the words just came to you, and you thought, "Gosh, I'd never have thought I'd have got a song out of this place."
I've written, inspiration comes that, there's so many different stories and scenarios of how songs, pop up,
We'll leave the shower there then. We'll leave it in the shower. I think everybody liked that one, the shower. I think, everyone's going to remember that no matter what you say now, they're going to say, yeah, it was in the shower.
Strangely enough, when I'm washing dishes, I get inspired.
Oh, Auntie G's online. Auntie G, you're washing your dishes as well. So I wonder if she can be inspired to write some lyrics and put them down. I must admit, I'm always fascinated by, artists that not only can, be inspired by things that are around them, or be inspired by, and we know that a lot of soul singers and R&B singers are inspired by, things that happen in their own lives. And then you put words down, and, you make them work together and flow from beginning to middle and end, and, with the breaks in between. And the same with rappers, who can stand there and just garner words from God knows where, and just manage to put them down, and then all of us and make them flow, and then put them a track behind it. And I just find it absolutely amazing how somebody is able to do that. I mean, not only are you writing, but then you've got to, as you just said, you've got to think, well, okay, so what's the melody, and what instruments do I need to be played behind me while this is happening? And is that side of it more once you get to the production side, when you're in the studio?
So I've written songs with various producers, and sometimes it's, we meet in the studio and we just kind of start a conversation about what's been going on, how you been doing, that kind of thing. And then, we'll say, oh, well, let's kind of like visit this chord. Sometimes it starts with a chord. Sometimes it starts with, oh, well, I was feeling this today, and, how about this kind of like, ooh, and I'll sing a little melody. Sometimes it comes from me.
Yeah.
So, and then we usually build from there. But yeah, I'm used to, it's usually voice and guitar. My partner's also my guitarist and my musical director, and he does for the most recent stuff, he produces all of the music. So he comes up with the arrangements, and he writes the horn lines. And so yes, I'm very lucky to have a partner who we can make music together, and he understands my voice and where I'm going to go, and if I have an idea, he can translate it on the guitar and get the band together.
Great. So that synergy works absolutely brilliantly. I mean, not everyone's going to be in the same situation, but the synergy is there. Trina says, water is a conduit. God inspires me and also speaks to me in the shower. I understand you totally, my sister. Brilliant. Thank you for that, Trina.
I like Trina. She's on it. Trina, you got to look me up on Facebook and Instagram.
She's an avid listener. She loves her music and knows her music. Lovely sentiment for the sugar woman that lives. We've seen that. A song with meaning is always a great song, especially if it's one where we can relate to.
That's right.
There you
That's
go.
Right.
So we now have your single. It's there. It's done. It's you want to throw this out there. So tell us. We played cover versions that you've done. We played some tracks. That is not your single, and people are just inspired by the tracks we played so far. So it's got to be difficult to pull one out of that pile and say, this is the one that I'm going to release. So what inspired you to release this particular track?
So I think I'm a blues singer to my core, blues soul singer. And so I'm so used to singing songs that are just like pouring my heart out, baby, you left me, Lord have mercy. That's my thing, right? And so my partner, my guitarist, we wrote He Said, She Said, which is the single you're talking about, my first single. He thought it would be a good idea for us to kind of like go the opposite and come in swinging, like funk, and show that side of me, energy. And I was like, you know what, you're right. And I was like, let's do it. Let's go for it. And so he came up with the opening guitar riff. The concept of the song came about. We were having conversations again about current situations. And I don't know about you guys, but how frustrating it is in this modern day of information and social media. We consume so much information and we don't know what's true, and all these sources and this website and that website, people fighting and like, well, I heard this on this website, but that ain't true. Well, I heard this on this website, and it's just like
fake news,
misinformation. Even that Bitcoin, that phrase, fake news, is just thrown around, and it's like, what can you believe? So we just did a funk tune talking about that, yeah.
It's that funk tune of he said, she said.
Everywhere, telling me what's new. Don't know where to go, my friend. Don't know what to do. Everybody talking, that's no shame their time. No one's trying to listen, word wants to the other side. All hell's broken loose, and where there's honesty. Aren't you tired of faking it? Somebody tell me, please. That's what he said. That's what she said. That's what you say. Giving my attention, posting on my line. I know all the stories, we running out of time. All hell's broken loose, and all is honesty. Aren't you tired of faking it? Somebody tell me, please. That's what he said. That's what she said. That's what you said. Everything is extra cause we reading all about it. World almost free, let's go and gang that party it out. All hell broken loose, and the world is so deceived. Aren't we tired of faking it? Somebody tell me, please. That's what he said. That's what she said. That's what you said. Information, how we get a ticket must too fast. Tune in, everybody beating back. All hell broken loose, and the world is honesty. I'm just tired of faking it. Somebody tell me, please. That's what he said. That's what she said. That's what you said. That's what he said. That's what she said. That's what you said.
Oh yeah. Acantha Lang. He said, she said. Oh my word, absolutely incredible energy through the roof. This is one of those tracks. You got to do it live, really, haven't you? You got to do it live. You got to have 3,000 people in front of you going absolutely wild and mental. You got to rewind it in the middle of the track, although you're on stage, and start again and get that guitar riff back up, because people would go into a frenzy with that track. Proper funk at its best. I mean, that is just amazing track. Amazing track. That's beautiful. Love it. Got me energized now. You got me energized. Shall I play it again? I'm gonna play it again. Woo! Acantha Lang. If you missed it the first time around, check it out now. Check it out. Come on now. That's what I'm talking about. Bang! The brand new single, He Said, She Said, 2020 style, yeah. From New Orleans to New York City to London town, got it going on, yeah. Yeah.
Don't know where to go, my friend. Don't know what to do. Everybody talking, after showing their time. No one's trying to listen. Word wants to the other side. All hell's broken loose, and all everyone's free. Watch your time, I'm faking it. Somebody tell me, please. That's what he said. That's what she said. That's what you said. Giving my attention, posting on my line. Follow all the stories, we running out of time.
You keep rocking, Francois. Francois, keep rocking. She be rocking. They're saying this song should be dedicated to 2020. Yeah. Loving the guitar riffs. Listen.
Everything is extra cause we reading all about it. World almost free, let's join the gang and fight it out. All hell broken loose and the world is on its knees. Are we tired of thinking it? Somebody tell me please. That's what he said. That's what she said. That's what you said.
Sax. Yeah. The brand new single from Acantha Lang. It's out there now. Acantha, can you tell them how can they get hold of this single? Let them know what they got to do to get hold of this single now.
So it's available on all music platforms. So wherever you consume music, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Deezer, and all the others, YouTube Music, Pandora, everywhere. Just type in He Said, She Said, Acantha Lang. You can find it, stream it. You can download it. You can also support on Bandcamp if that's what you do. So it's out everywhere. Also on YouTube, there's an official lyric video. So check out the lyric video because it'll really explain all the bits in the song and tell the story. And then on Wednesday, I'm releasing on YouTube a live studio version. So you'll see myself and the entire band playing it live. We filmed it pre-COVID. So
yeah, I seen that.
Yeah.
You got to see it on Wednesday. What time is that coming out on Wednesday?
So it'll be out on YouTube on Wednesday, 1 p.m. UK time. So just do the time difference. If you want to be notified, you can just subscribe right now to my YouTube channel, hit the bell, and as soon as it's out, you'll get a email and a notification so you won't miss it.
Don't miss it now. It's coming out on Wednesday, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm gonna be at work, but I'm gonna put a little alarm on and kind of do a sneaky one under. You can do a sneaky. Just I gotta go. I just gotta go into the toilet for a second. Got to go, but wow, what a track! Absolutely blinding. And there is a venue that's in Luton Town in the Three Counties, and it's called the Bear Club. And unfortunately, pre-COVID, This is a bear club that a jazz aficionado by the name of Perry Lewis and also a young lady by the name of Christiana Hennicky, they used to bring live artists, especially UK-based artists, to this very, very intimate venue, much more intimate than the Jazz Cafe, 100 strong. That's all that you can get in there. Once the tickets are sold out, it's gone. It was closing down. That was the last that we heard pre-COVID, and we've just had word that in actual fact it's been given a new lease of life. It's been given some funding. Somebody has recovered this venue. We don't know when it's going to reopen, but believe you me, Acantha Lang's name has got to be on one of the posters that comes up to the Bear Club in 2021 and performs He Said, She Said, and all the other tracks that we played this evening, and some more, because by that time there's going to be much, much more that you're going to want to offer. But that is an awesome venue. We had the likes of Kevin Leo perform there, Imani's performed there, Omar's performed there. We've had some artists from overseas come over as well. So, you know, it is what we call the kind of jazz cafe outside of London town. So, you know, your name is down, it's emblazoned there, and I'm going to speak to Perry and we're going to get you to come up to the Bear Club as soon as it opens up and get you to do a live performance. Lovely, lovely.
I would love that. I heard so many great things about that club.
Yeah, it is, and it was a club that unfortunately we seem to have lost. It was the one club in Luton Town that had the live events. But yes, it seems to have been given a new lease of life. So we're hoping, fingers crossed, that things are going to be on a turnaround. And when we get out of this COVID, Francois there, yes, the Bear Club is back. Yes, she's saying, yes, I know. Everybody's been waiting for it to come back. So we're hoping to get some more live artists, live performances. So 2021, we hope, fingers crossed, is going to be as great a year for you as it is going to be for the promoters who are putting on these events, and also for us as well, for the compares that, you know, like to introduce these artists on stage. And I asked Acantha to, you know, send me some tracks that she likes to listen to. And we talked about Aretha Franklin at the beginning of the show. And one of her tracks is from the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin.
I don't want nobody always.
Big good evening again to Coipio Livingston. Coipio, whoop whoop. Detroit in the house, yeah.
My man. I don't want nobody always sitting right there looking at me and that man. Be it my mother, my brother, or my sister. Would you believe I'll get up, put on some clothes, go out and help me find somebody for themselves if I can. Yes, I will. Now, I don't mind company, because company's all right with me every once in a while. Yes, it is. I say I don't mind company, because company's all right with me every once in a while. When me and that man get to love, tell you, girl, I dig you, but I just don't have time to sit and chit and sit and chit-chat and smile. Don't send me no doctor filling me up with all of those pills. Got me a man named Dr. Feelgood. You know, yeah, that man takes care of all of my pains and my ills. His name is Dr. Feelgood in the morning. Take care of business. It's really this man's game. And after one visit to Dr. Feelgood, you
chosen by Acantha Lang, Aretha Franklin. What to feel good.
Good God Almighty, the man show makes me feel real.
You can see where Acantha gets her inspiration from, can't you? You can see it, you can feel it, you can hear it. She loves it bluesy. She likes it funky. To an artist that I'd never heard of before. But you know, it's all about learning.
Call me the voodoo woman. And I know
this one got me moving, yeah.
They call me the voodoo woman.
Proper hot stepper track.
I know the reason why.
Big shout Perry Lewis, Christiana Henneke.
Lord, if I raise my hand,
Easy Carla.
you know the sky begin to cry. They call me the voodoo woman. I look through water and spy dry land. They call me the voodoo woman. I look through water and spy dry land.
This reminds me of one of those underground clubs, gets all hot and sweaty and sticky.
Tell all you men,
real jazz funk.
your woman got love. I got a rabbit foot in my pocket, a toad frog in my shoe, crawfish on my shoulder, looking dead at you. I got dust from a round state, I got a black spider bone. If that don't do it, baby, you better leave it all alone. They call me the voodoo woman, and I know the reason why.
It's not Mahalia Jackson, no.
Lord, if I raise my hand, you know the sky begins to I got a rabbit foot in my pocket, a toad frog in my shoe, a crawfish on my shoulder, looking dead at you. I got dust from a rock state, I got a black spider bone. If that don't do it, baby, you better leave it all alone. They call me the voodoo woman, and I know the reason why. Lord, if I raise my hand, know the sky begin to cry. Lord, if I raise my hand, know the sky begin to cry. Lord, if I raise my hand, know the sky begin to cry. Lord, if I raise my hand, you know the sky begin to cry.
Wow. Wow. Absolutely incredible. Now that's the kind of music that we like to dance to, you know. That's a proper shoe shuffling funk that we like to move to. You come down to the Bear Club underground. It's one of those kind of like very, very intimate, you know, low lit, and the Boogie Boys like to just get down to a track like that. Real fun. Coco Taylor. That was a new one on me. It's in my collection now. Voodoo Woman. I got that one. I just do like that when I get educated by somebody other than the people that I know. It's so great to know that there's so much music out there that you can be educated with. The people on there, is this Mahalia Jackson? Trina, no, it's not Mahalia. It sounds like Mahalia Jackson. No, it's not. Coco Taylor. Coco chosen by Acantha Lang. One of hers that she's passed on to us right here on The Real Reminisce. My TMP, for those of you that are just locked in, where have you been? I don't know where you've been, but thank you for joining us. you have unfortunately missed the best part of the interview with this young lady by the name of Acantha Lang. She is a UK resident, out of New Orleans to New York City, right here to the UK. She has a brand new single that is out there now. Get on all of the platforms. You can pick that one up. Coco with a K. Pick that one up. Just read it. Not chocolate cocoa, Coco with a K. You can pick up a new single, He Said, She Said, on all the available platforms. If you can't find it, then try to get hold of Acantha Lang directly. You can do that. Get it out there on Facebook and all other platforms. Or you can come straight back to me, The Real Reminisce, on tropicalfm.com/Studio One. You can do that, and we'll tell you exactly where you can find her music. Hopefully in 2021, Acantha is going to be touring and getting herself out there and doing what she does best. I thought I'd slip one in here for you, Acantha, just to kind of remind you of some of the people that you used to work with. It's Robert Randolph from the Family Band, yeah. Go on, Acantha. You can get up and dance. Let you get up. You can just let go now. Let go. Let go. Yeah. That's how we do, yes. How we do. The Real Reminisce.
East Coast and West Coast, it don't matter. Down south or up north, it don't matter. Hollywood or in the hood, it don't matter. Either way, it's all good, it don't matter. Rock party, frat party, it don't matter. Backyard or boulevard, it don't matter. Red, yellow, black or white, it don't matter. We all getting down tonight. I'm telling you. I don't know what I've been told. When the music gets down in your soul, makes you wanna lose control. And it ain't nothing wrong.
Real music lives right here with me, the Mighty MP, The Real Reminisce. Introducing to you and to the world the young lady by the name of Acantha Lang. You got to check her out. Watch out for a brand new single, He Said, She Said. Working in New York City with the likes of the Robert Randolph and the Family Band. Had to be done, yeah, had to be done. See how we put a smile on her face. Look at that. It's been absolutely fantastic talking to you, Acantha. And I wish that the COVID just disappears before the end of the year and we can get back to doing what we do best and what you do best. We can get you on a stage very near to us somewhere in and around London town. If you come to Luton Town, we get you into the Bear Club and you can perform to your heart's content to a crowd that really do appreciate absolutely quality music, especially of the independent type. And we know the independent underground artists are having a hard time at the moment because the majors keep pushing their artists out there and they've got funding behind them, but the independent artists are self-funding. And we know that so many of you are out there, it is a struggle to actually ensure and to hope that you keep doing what you're doing. We know that it's put everybody on hard times, but we hope that with a voice like the one that you have, with the backing of your partner, the guitarist, the bands like the Robert Randolph Band, and also the other artists that are out there, that they will continue to help and support and nurture artists like yourself so that we can continue to play music like the music that you are producing, because it needs to be played. Without artists like you, us DJs just sit back and we just become run of the mill playing the same old. And I really don't want to do the same old, because that's not what this show is all about. So artists like yourself, we salute you, show you the utmost respect, and support you in every which way that we can. It's been fantastic. And I've got one more track for you that I want to play to the listeners. But before I do that, I want you to just say hi, bye, and announce whatever you want to announce to everybody that's out there that's listening. They're in Australia, they're in Africa, they're in the United States, they're all over the way. They're in Detroit and all over.
Well, for everybody tuning in, thank you so much for taking time out to listen and to join us on this interview. Thank you, Mighty MP, for having me and supporting independent artists. It means the world to me. And it's if you want to help independent artists, the best way is word of mouth. Tell your friends about it. If you like what you're hearing, we're not backed by large record labels. We're doing this stuff all by ourselves, and we rely on people who like our stuff to spread the word, share the YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channels, sign up to the newsletters, and keep putting those wonderful comments, fantastic show, all of that stuff. I mean, we look at it. I look at those comments and it gives me momentum. It gives me a boost. So thank you guys. Thank you, Sammy, and especially Trina. You're my new sister, Trina. So so hopefully see you guys soon. And I got more music coming. So make sure you follow me. My album's coming out late 2021, but I got singles every 2 months from now on until the album. So
wow.
So I got some music, y'all.
Well, fantastic. Thank you very much indeed, Akantha. All I can say is whatever happened to our love, whatever happened to our love.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever happened to our love. Big round of applause going out to Akantha Lang. We let her disappear into her abyss in London town. Check it out, yeah.
Hold on tight. You couldn't get enough, but things been changing. You kiss me in the morning, that look in your eyes, my favorite color, just to see me smile. But things been changing. Makes me wonder whatever happened to our love. Same old thing, I know the score. I play these games, I got the stars to show. Ooh, you've been changing. We've gone cold, yes, plain to see. There's nothing left, and you're blaming me. Said I've been changing. You used to hold me like that, you used to touch me like that, baby. And I want it all back, baby. Makes me wonder whatever happened to our love.
Thank you again out to Howard McCullough. Howard is saying, can you remind us of the links again? Howard, I can't remember the link. So I'm going to ask Akantha to remind you of all the links where you can get her music, where you can catch her. So she's going to tell you now, yeah?
Should I talk right now?
Yeah.
So listen, guys, I'm on all the social platforms. So you could go to akanthalang.com. That's my website. You'll see my information there. Sign up to my mailing list. That's probably the best way. But Spotify, Instagram, Akantha Lang, Twitter, Akantha Lang, Facebook, Akantha Lang Music. So yeah, you can follow me on one or all of them.
There you go, Howard. So you have all of the information. It's all there. You can follow her on all of those sites. If you missed it, wait for the rerun of the show, and then you can listen to it all over again, because it just then you can kind of scroll along and just get it at your leisure. It's the easiest way. Yeah, I know you got it. I know you got it. Many thanks to Akantha Lang. Live interview with me, the Mighty MP, the Real Reminisce. That's how we do, introducing you to independent underground artists at their very, very best. Some of which you've never heard of before in your lifetime, and some of which you will never, ever forget once you've heard them here. Wow. Trina says, fantastic show. You're the best. Thank you for taking the time out. We got applauses and fire from wow. Howard says, she's awesome. Fantastic interview. What a voice. Great tracks. Oh, spread the word. Oh, God. Oh, lovely. Absolutely lovely. Thank you very much, Adita Akantha, for your time. It's been absolutely awesome. And no doubt we're going to catch up very, very soon and introduce the world to more and more of your music. Mike P. Patrick is in there. Love the song. They're all loving your music. They're loving the vibe. And we
thank
say
you, guys.
And God bless. And remember, stay safe.
You too.
Stay
you guys
safe.
be safe. All right. I'll see y'all soon.
Absolutely fantastic. Until that time.
Until next time.
God bless.
Bye.
Take a listen to this here. Howard McCullough, take a listen to this here.
Don't feel no waste time. I've come too far from where I started from. You know that nobody told me road would be easy. You know that I don't bring me this far just to leave me. Oh, just to leave me. No. Don't believe you, no. Bring me this far just to leave me. Just to leave me. I'm nothing getting up. That's how I feel. I don't feel no waste time. I've come too far from where I
pull up the tune. Pull up the tune. Pull up the tune.
Big birthday shout going out to Dre. Happy birthday to you, sir. Big man times now. Big happy birthday going out to Ariane. Ariane locked on alongside Faisal, alongside Fahana. Over there in Qatar, yeah? Qatar locked in.
don't feel no waste time.
Listen.
I've come too far from where I started from. You know that nobody told me road would be easy. You know that I don't bring me this far just to leave me. Oh, just to leave me. No, I don't believe. Don't believe you, no. Bring me this far just to leave me. Just to leave me. I'm nothing getting up. That's how I feel. I don't feel no waste time. I've come too far from where I started from. You know, nobody told me that the road would be easy. You know that I don't believe that. Bring me this far. I got the vibe off of that. A lot of girls, baby. Lot of girls. I don't believe. No, he didn't bring me this far just to leave me. Oh, I said I don't believe. Ooh, you've been too good. I know you wouldn't bring me this far just to leave me. But now, I said I don't believe. Ooh, this bondage to me. No, no. Now listen, now that he's brought me, he's gonna take me all the way. Put your hands on it. Say he brought me this far. Hey, look how well you look. Ooh, he brought me. Yeah, he's still healing today. Yeah, he brought me. Jesus brought me. Yeah, brought me this far, Lord. There's no doubt in my mind. Ooh, yeah, he brought me.
Pull up, brand new. What's our sound of new music? Play up, play up, play up, play up, play up. Pull up, brand new. What's our sound of new music? Play up, play up, play up, play up, play up.
I've come too far from where I started from, and nobody told me that the road would be easy, and I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me. I don't feel no waste time. I've come too far from where I started from, and nobody told me that the road would be easy, and I don't believe he brought me this far, and I don't believe.
Straight out of Luton Town, yeah, straight out of Luton Town.
He brought me this far.
Real homegrown music, independent, underground. You never heard it before in your lifetime. Listen. From the studios of J Fields out of Luton Town, Mr. Jonathan Morris.
He brought me this far to leave me.
The Real Reminisce. It's a Monday vibe, yeah. Big thank you, big shouts and respects to Akantha Lang. What an interview. Loved it. Keep supporting independent underground music each and every Monday by supporting the show on tropicalfm.com.
If I could have one wish come true, that wish would be that somehow you choose to come back to me. And not to blame for how you feel. I've threw away a love that's so real. Can you find it in your heart to forgive me? I know I've got to be the one they call yoga. You can call me when you wanna, baby. Just call me. You can call me when you wanna, baby. Just call me. You can call
Why do you wanna mess with me? Ooh, I'm always willing to compromise, but you ain't controlling me. No, 'cause I came here to make love, not a war with you, babe. To find some ways to make me feel good. And out, in and out, that's what love is all about. Always leaves both of us feeling good, so helpless. Up and down, in and out, love keeps moving us around to the beat like a drum. I don't know if I can catch